Hey, welcome back. In this video we are going to create a little a basic user account, and we are going to also create favorites options, so user can favorite a post. So let's get to it. First of all, what we're going to do is going to into our app and post model. In here, I think this is let's change the color scheme. uh, what was it? Monocoy bright. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, in here what I want you to do is to basically create a belongs to many relationship with the user model. So let's do it like so. We can copy this one, we can copy it here and call it users, and it belongs to many users. So this looks okay. The next thing, let's go into our user model, and we can create the same thing too, but to our posts. So in here what we can do is to copy this also, and we can call it posts and belong to many, and change this into post. So we're done with this one. We can close this. The next thing, we need to create a migration, and the migration is following a basic convention, as you may know by now. So let's do it. PHP artisan make migration, and we need to call it create post user table, because it's alphabetically. P is before U. Okay, so let's do it. Create posts post user table, like so. And let's do create, and we can say create a post user I think it's with like so. Okay, this generated successfully. Let's take a look at the migration database and migrations, and create posts user table. This looks fine. In here, let's create some things. It basically, let's see if we can just copy category post. Okay, we can copy all of this. Copy. Can close this one. And in here, we don't need also the timestamps. What we need to change is in here you need to change it to user ID. Okay, it's unsigned, and the user ID reference the ID on users on delete cascade, and in here it's post ID. And okay, it can be novel. Okay, we can delete this also, like so. And the post ID refers to an ID on posts. Okay, like so. On delete cascade, post user is on the down. Okay, this looks fine. The next thing, we're going to add our routes. So you know where it is. It's in our routes table, routes folder, sorry. And let's create a basic route. Let's say route get, and in here, whenever a person is going to enter profile slash double curly braces, no, not double curly braces, curly braces, and an ID, which will be the user ID. It needs to go into the profile controller, which we'll create in a moment. Profile controller, and we will say it a basic generic profile method. Profile. Profile, and we'll name it also. The name will be profile. That would be our named route. Okay, like so. And we can also say the middleware will be only for authenticated users. So we can do it like so. Okay, this looks fine. Profile controller, let's make it with a capital P. Profile controller and profile. We can save this. Let's make this controller right now. Make a controller profile controller profile controller. Okay, the controller was successfully created. In here, let's go inside of this controller, and we need to add our favorite method. So what we need to do, first of all, in order to find the user, we need to use the user, and we also know we need to use the post and the auth for later on. So use app/user app/post, and basically we need to use auth. So use auth like so. In here we can reference our profile method. So let's see our public function. Let's call it profile, and in here what we don't need this. Basically we need this, sorry. We would need an ID. So let's close this one. What is going on? Okay, our user $user is equal to user. We will find it by the ID. Find by $ID. Okay, like so. And the next thing, if we'll say we'll have a precaution in here. If user ID is not equal to the auth and the user ID, which is basically saying if the person who's trying to access that page is not the same as the user ID in the actual session, we will redirect him into our home page. So if user, like so, and the ID, what we want is to redirect, return redirect, like so, into our home page. Else we want to return the view of the profile, which we'll create right now. Return the view profile, with the user. So compact with user. Okay, this looks fine. Let's create a view. Resources, views. In here, let's say, let's save it and let's say profile. Save. This extends our layouts. Like so, layouts.s, sorry about that, layouts.app and extends our it's our content and sorry, it's section like so and stop. What else have we made? Let's have a look in our home. It's okay. This looks fine. We can close this. Okay, in here, let's see what will happen if we'll go directly into. Let's have a look. Like so. Let's log in. Admin. Okay, and let's say profile and profile like so, and basically /1 I think. Layout, oh, layout, I said layout, it's layouts. Okay. Okay, it gives us the profile page which we'll work on. So it's okay for now. In here, what we need to do is to let's have a look. Okay, so basically in here we are not going to do a lot of things inside our profile page, but I'm doing this just because I want to distinguish to make a nice URL for our favorites. So let's do it like so. Let's make a row and let's make a call. That's a class of call md, let's say 12, and okay, in here let's say an h1 of let's say $user name, like so. We're not going to make a lot of things in here, so what else can we make? Let's have a look, and an h1 for just the email. Okay, let's save this. Let's go inside our okay, we have our admin and our email. This is just a very basic profile page. You can design it whatever you want. I can basically, what I want right now to do is whenever a person goes into a profile and his profile basically, or hers, and /favorites, and he can access the posts he favorited. So let's do it right now. Okay, so in here what we want to do is let's have a look. Let's go inside, let's make a route for this, like so. sorry, where is it? In here, let's make a route for the favorites. So whenever a person tries to, let's say, get, and okay, you know what, let's copy this one and let's paste it here. Get down a bit, and whenever a person goes into his profile slash favorites, favor, it will bring him into the favorite method. Favorite method, and let's say the name would be favorites. The name will be favorites, and we don't need the middleware because he is already authenticated. Okay, and we also know, let's make another one, and whenever a person posts to save a post, okay, whenever a person's in here, and basically let's see, favorite, he will go into here and he will go to a store method. Okay, the name would be let's say favorites.store, favorites, favorites.store. Okay, and this looks okay, this looks fine. Okay, you know what, I will, for a precaution, we can use the auth in here also. Okay, what else do we need? Let's find out later. We can go into our let's find out. Okay, so let's copy this. We can go into our profile controller, and we'll just write these two functions, and I will continue on the next video because I don't want to make it a very long video. So basically the function will be sorry, you know what, the function is going to be public function, and the name of it will be this one. Let's delete everything in here. We can delete this also, and what we need to do is to let's find out, we need to validate the user. Okay, so let's say $ID is equal to auth and the user ID. Okay, and the user ID, and the user $user is equal to, we will find it by this ID, is equal to user find by the $ID, like so. And if, let's say, if the user ID $user ID, like so, if it does not consist with the authenticated user, auth of user ID, then we will redirect basically can copy this one in here like so. We will return else return the view, which we'll create in the next video. Return the view in here. It's favorites and it's a view like so. And what else do we need? We need to pass on the user, so compact with user. Okay, we are good to go on that part. And the store method, let's create the store method function. It will be public function. Wait a minute, in our post did we make it public? Well, yep, that's okay. Let's delete this. The name would be store. We can delete this also. And in the store, what we need is to provide the post. So the post is equal to post. We will find it by the ID, which will I provide. The post is find, and by the ID. Okay, and let's say $post users, which is the function we have created in our model. We need to sync it with the current user. So we need to sync, and let's create it like so. No, sorry, it needs to be an array. Auth user ID like so, and it will be false. The second one will be false. Okay, this looks fine. Let's see what else we will return. We will redirect them back home. So return redirect into our home. Okay, this looks fine. We will continue this in the next video. Be sure to like, comment everything you want. If you have problems, if you have questions about your code, if you're running into trouble with some code, you can all write in the comments below, or send me an email into gabmicdev@gmail.com. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.